Okay, I want to go over this morning with you, your quiz for Monday, all right? What's that? Yes, I did. Okay. I'll tell you later what I don't have. Okay. When we come back Monday, we will give you a quiz online. The questions will be sent. You write in the answers and upload them. So I'll review. The quiz is over pages 142 to 151. This is quiz number 12. Let me ask you this. What are the three purposes of money? The three purposes of money, they're on page 142. Medium of exchange, measure of value, and store value are the three purposes of money. We studied that at the beginning of this chapter. Also on page 142 and 143, what is the direct exchange of one good for another good without a standard of money form passing from one hand to another? What do we call that? Barter, okay? On page 145, what are the coins made from gold, silver, bronze, and other metals called? The kind of coins? They are called fiat money. I'm sorry, they're called species. I'm sorry. This is a multiple choice question. You need to know what a species is. So on page 145, what law states bad money drives out good? That's Gresham's Law, 146. So the first three questions I gave you are three answers. The 10 questions are the purpose of money rather, are the three: medium of exchange, medium of value, and store value. The coins that are made from gold, silver, and bronze are called species. Page 145. And the law that states that bad money drives out good money is called Gresham's Law, 146. Also on page 146, what is deflation? It occurs when prices decrease because money seems more valuable and stable. When prices decrease because money seems more valuable and stable, this is called deflation. And the exchange of one good for another good without a standard of money passing from one hand, that's called barter. Called bartering. That's using something else to exchange for money. That may occur more frequently with individuals. You may give a friend something for something and there's no money exchanged. We might call it trading, but it's called barter. On page 148, fractional reserve banking. You'll see that is a highlighted word. It was born as a system which allows banks to hold less than 100% of deposits in reserve. A system that allows banks to hold less than 100% of deposits in reserve is called fractional reserve banking. And then on page 149, call your attention to two words, two thoughts. On page 149, we learned that any form of money which has been declared a valued means of payment is called a legal tender. Anything that has been authorized as being money is called legal tender. And what is any form of money that is backed only by government promise? That's called fiat money, F-I-A-T. All right, so we will review those. We'll give you that quiz on Monday on species, on legal tender, and on fiat money, medium of exchange, measure of value, store value, and barter, and Gresham law and deflation and fractional reserve banking. So study those over the weekend and be ready for that on Monday. Monday, I will be teaching from home, not coming to school. The governor has ordered the teachers to go to school to teach, and we have another issue here at the church. So I will be taking Peter home and teaching you from home on on Monday, and probably for the duration of how we're doing this. All right, let me see to remind you what I don't have yet. I do not have a grade. I don't have uploaded 9.2. That was the homework of page 9 or section 9.2 from Zach and from Travis. Remember, you sent me, Travis, you sent me two, you sent me twice one of the, I don't have one or two. Let's see if I'm right on that. Yes, one or two on Zach. That was page 144 to 142 to 44 questions. And also, I do not have um, 992, which was uh, page 147, those 5 questions. I need to have those this weekend, please. All right, now we want to go to what was homework, and I kind of left you in the air, but we did. Um, we started with page 151. And I hope you went, we told you to go as far as you can go. You need to have chapter 9 and everything in chapter 9 done by Monday. Okay? I'll sign what exactly I want you to do for Monday a little bit later. Okay, if you take out a piece of paper so that you can upload it, I'm going to give you a reading quiz over pages 154 to 158. We started with 154 yesterday. You would have certainly done this first section. You may have not done anything beyond it. We told you that you did not have to do 9.4. So this is to see if you read anything last night. So these are the questions. Number 1, what organization controls the majority of America's money supply? What the organization controls most of America's money supply? Write down that organization, what they're called. Number 2 is simply true or false. The Federal Open Market Committee is a main component of the Federal Reserve System. The Federal Open Market Committee is a main component of the Federal Reserve System. Is that true or false? Number 3, the 3 main tools of the U.S. Department of the Treasury are open market operations, reserve ratios, and discount rates. Is that true or false? Number 4, Milton Friedman advocated what theory, stating the variation in the money supply is the main source of economic fluctuations. What was this theory called? And number 5, what is a period of time in which the economy declines? What do we call a period of time in which the American economy declines? What do we call that? We may go into that very near future because of the virus or strain on the jobs right now. All right, any of these 5 questions you want repeated? 1, what organization controls the majority of America's money supply? Number 2, the Federal Open Market Committee is a main component of the Federal Reserve System. Is that true or false statement? And if you'll upload these to me today so that we can get them into the computer over the weekend. Okay, that takes care of the quiz. There of that. Okay, let's go back, chapter 9. And when you come to the end of chapter 9, yes.
Where do we upload the quiz?
Where do you upload it?
Like I know it's on Pickwick, but like what is it under?
That I cannot tell you. Are you on, right now, are you on YouTube or?
No, I'm on Pickwick right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm on Zoom. Yeah.
On Zoom? Okay, where do they upload?
You should have a homework section for it. You just press on that with the assignments and then.
Do you have a homework section on your computer?
There's nothing that says read.
Yeah, all it says is the 3 pages, 158 to 161, questions number 1 through 5.
But you'll never upload it.
Yeah. Just hit upload and send it on. If you have any questions, I'll answer them later. Where you uploaded before, other one. How did you send?
Okay.
How did you send in assignments before? You've
We
all.
send it the same way, but it's like a tab where it says the exact time. There's no tab where it says page 154 and 152.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And question answered.
Yep.
Okay. Let me get organized here. All right, so we want you to continue on in chapter 9 now. We have reread that section on some suggested uses of credit cards. Yeah, I may throw that in as a bonus on the test on Monday, on Friday, on Wednesday. I'm sorry. The test, we have a test over chapters 8 and 9 on Wednesday. And usually up till now, you said you didn't want to do in class a review. You just did it on your own. We gave you some free time, but we're going to have to use the time to go over the. So you should be getting very shortly, if you don't have them, anybody yet the review questions for the chapters? Have they been sent to you? How many of you have the 11th and 12th study guides for chapter 4? You You have them?
Yup.
You got them? Okay, you need, okay, we're gonna go over those shortly. So what I want you to do is finish reading chapter 9 and take the definitions on page 162 and write those out, 1 through 10, starting with money, ending with monetarism. The 6, identify, and the 7, the 10, explain, okay? Just write your answers for that. You'll turn that in for homework on Monday. Okay, that will finish chapter 9, and then we'll start our review on Monday. Okay, so please have to me downloaded anything that you don't have. Zach, I need again to remind you to, or Travis rather, I'm sorry, Travis, send me 1 and 2, because you duplicated it. You sent them twice, so I need to have the one that I don't have. Okay? And Zach needs number 2, it's 9.2 questions. Okay, well, we use most of Monday to review, but if you have the review questions, I think you were sent 3 pages. I believe that the questions that follow on the 3rd page are not on this test. That's from another test that's coming later. So you have a lot of definitions, and then you have 2 essay questions that we're going to be discussing the Federal Reserve, our Social Security system, rather, as why it's a bad investment, and explain the first fractional reserve system of banking, allowing banks to hold less than 1% of deposit reserve. All right, so those will be essay questions, and they'll be worth 5 points. All right, so we are going to start on the terms that are, this is a review now for chapters 8 and 9. So who can tell me what a CD is? Okay, a CD is a type of an account. It generates a certain interest rate and has a specific maturity date. You put money in a bank, the bank keeps it for a length of time, and then at the end of the time, you have a grace period where you can take it out or you can turn it over, and they let you know whether the interest rate has changed. CDs are not paying hardly anything right now. I think they're less than 1%. I remember when I opened my first CDs, they were paying 6, 7, 8%. They're only 1% now. Okay, the second word on your list is money market. Money is misspelled. Money market is a type of account that allows limited transactions and pays an interest rate that changes with the demands for loans. Okay. The next word is, how do you pronounce that? Con? I don't use that every day. The type of quality money should possess to show its stability and value is called constancy. That'll either be a multiple choice question or you will choose the word. Divisibility is a type of quality of money that should possess that shows the availability in small or large units. What is a check? It's a written order to the bank that authorizes the bank to remove funds from an account. Common stock, type of investment that allows to vote at company meetings. Okay. Preferred stock, type of investment that allows an individual to receive a fixed amount of dividends before other investors. So these words will all be on the test. These are things that you study for the test We're going to have on Wednesday. Preferred stock is a type of investment that allows an individual to receive a fixed amount of dividends before other investors. By the way, many of these definitions can be found if you will go in your textbook. You have a glossary in the back of words that you can look them up. Okay. Face value, the value asserted to the worth of a coin or bill. The face value is a value that's asserted to a coin or bill. M1, this type of money consists of transaction accounts, traveler's checks, and all coins and paper money held outside the bank. Premiums, that's payments for insurance. Bonds, guarantees the amount of original investment plus specified rate of interest and a certain date. Dividends, shares of corporation's profit. And species, coined metallic money, such as silver and gold and other valuables. Bullion, bars of silver or gold or platinum, they're called bullions. Stocks, the resources corporations gather by selling ownership in their businesses. Legal tender, any form of money that has been declared a value means of payment is called legal tender. Love of money. The Apostle Paul called this the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Gresham's law, principle that refers to a people hoarding stable forms of money while spending less stable forms. All right, we will spend Monday going over this. Okay, so you have a quiz on Monday. You have your homework assignment, which is to do the next section and also the chapter review. Concentrate on the chapter review. I may not have you. I want you to, 9, 4, 5, and 6 to just be familiar with them. We'll talk about a couple of them on Monday, and then we will spend the time giving you the quiz and reviewing for the test. All right, then we will be through chapters 9, and then we only have the rest of the year. We will have the remaining chapters 10 through 14. There are 2 more tests after Wednesdays, and there are 17, a total of 17 quizzes, and we're doing quiz number 12 on Monday. So quizzes will be 5 quizzes and 2 tests the rest of the year. We probably will finish, but I don't know how it's going to play out. There's a lot of unknowns right now. Everything is pretty much day by day. All right, everybody staying well? Everybody sneezing, coughing?
Nope.
Okay. All right, so it was good to see all of you today. Hope you have a nice, safe weekend. And I will see you on Monday. Be sure to upload today's quiz. And also, a couple of you have past assignments to do. All right, we want to get these in so they can be in the system, and a lot going on. Okay, you can log out when you are finished with your questions. Any questions?